Yes, Sandy.
Thank you. So see here, Tim, let's start the session. And what are the tool you are seeing in my system? This is a Tosca Commander. Okay, let's give the background of Tosca Commander, all these activities. Okay. So Tosca is having some components, Tim. The first component of Tosca is here, Tosca Commander. Tosca Commander is the platform to do the testing. Okay. And even this Tosca Commander is acting as a desktop tool. We have to do the installation of Tosca Commander in our laptops. So this Tosca Commander is providing a platform to work entire team members work together. Okay. All of our team members are working in this particular area only. Okay. And coming to the other automation tools, probably we use other IDE tools like Eclipse or PyCharm, something to return the code to execute it. But in Tosca point of view, we have one and only platform, that is a Tosca Commander only. Okay. Just open this Tosca Commander. So once you let me open here. So once you done the installation, search with the Tosca Commander only. And here you are able to see the Tosca Commander app and open this particular app. Once you open this Tosca Commander app, Team, here you are able to see the number of projects. See, currently I'm using Tosca version of 15.0 version, Team. So the recent version is 2024.1. That is the latest version which is released in this month only. Okay. So still I'm using 15.0 only. So now my Tosca Commander is starting here. So at the time of starting Tosca Commander, default it do cross-checking of a license activation. Here you can see the text is going to change with the checking of license as well. So because the Tosca Commander is the paid tool, we have to pay some amount to get the access of Tosca Commander to practice purpose or to project point of view as well. But no need to bother about this license activation and installations. The entire thing will take care of that. Here you can see the checking license is replicated. After validating of license tip, directly it navigates to the home page of Tosca Commander. Okay. So now the license is identified, team. Directly it's going to the Tosca Commander home page. So let me show you the Tosca Commander home page. This is the Tosca Commander home page, team. So once you open Tosca Commander, here itself you are able to see all recent projects. These all are my recent projects which I created earlier, team. Each and every project is a completely different projects, team. I just created these many projects in my workspace level. Okay. So if you want to create a new project, we always choose the option as a create new feature. Create new is the option to create a new project. At the time of creating a project itself, we just use the multi-user environment here. So my point is here, for example, if I'm planning to create a new project, click on the create new. And here select the type of repository. This project creation, the terminology is changing here, the like workspace creation team. So coming back to here, this is the common repository and this is the workspace details. Workspace or project, both are same thing. Since it is a two different terminologies. So to create the project, we always use the repository option here, team. So in Tosca point of view, we are just creating a project in a multi-user repositories. To create a multi-user repository, we always choose the option from this particular dropdown. The type of repositories are here two types, team. One is single user repository. Default that feature is auto selected here. Other than this, select the database option. All these database options is acting as a multi-user environment. So why this multi-user environment is required for us? Okay, so we can work directly in our laptop, right? Why the companies are looking a multi-user environment, people? See here, team, I'll just give you the background of other automation tools, any kind of, you can take either developers point of view, who are working as a developer, who are working as a test engineers, like automation like a Selenium, any other automation tools, Raft. So they always use the repositories to push the code. So what type of repositories they use here? Like, do you have any idea on GitHub and Bitbuckets, all these things, Steve? Anyone having any idea on this GitHub? I'm just explaining this part out of Tosca, team. This is not a part of Tosca. I just want to give a clarity why Tricentis people are added a multi-user environment at the time of project creation itself only. Okay. So let us assume the person is working in a the person one and person two is working in Selenium. So the person one is completed 10 test cases and person two is completed around 30 test cases. Now I want to see these 50 test cases together. So total team members are completed of 50 test cases. I want to merge these 50 test cases, then I have to do a final run here. So these 20 test cases are there in a person one laptop and 30 test cases are there in person two laptop. How to merge these two people test cases, team? Let us think this person one is staying in Pune and this person two is staying in a Chennai. Now how to merge these two people's test cases into one single area? Because the person one test cases are located in person one laptop. Person two test cases are there in person two laptop. I want to see these 50 test cases together. How to do that? At that time, we use the repositories team. Okay. That time we use the repositories. So team, once we done the test case development in our point of view, must we have to push the code into our repositories. In this repository like a GitHub and Bitbuckets, these all are the repositories team. So this is the additional activities which we are doing additionally. Coming to here, the person one, it create one branch here, person two branch here. So what are the test cases is developed by the person one. This person one push these 20 test cases to this particular person one branch. Now this person one branch is holding a 20 test cases. Similarly, the person two also pushed their 30 test cases to person two branch. So now this we can merge this person one branch and person two branch with the main branch. At the time of pushing a code to the repositories team, this is the GitHub, right? Must we have to learn the GitLab commands. This is the additional activities which we do to push our entire code into the repositories. Usually this is happening for the development point of view or testing point of view in a Selenium or UFT in other automation tools as well. So now you understand the importance of repositories, correct? Any questions here? Am I audible? Any questions here?
No.
So this part is clear, right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Now the Tricentis is giving a default feature to create a project inside the repositories. So no need to learn any GitLab commands, no need to learn the things related to a GitHub. These activities is not at all required in Tosca point of view team. So the Tosca point of view, let me explain how we can work here. At the time of project creation itself only, let us assume this is our project. At the time of project creation itself, I'll just choose the repository option. The repository level, I'll just use the database option to create a multi-user environment. Okay, so this is my project. Once the project is created, and this is what my project, I'll give access to this particular project to the person one. For example, person one wants to access my project. I'll give access to the person one. I'll update person one update credentials here. That means the person one able to access this project. Person two, even the person two is also able to access this particular project. Okay, let me show you the architecture of Tricentis Tosca. Then you are able to aware of these things. Everyone able to see this particular architecture team?
Yes.
Yeah. Hope everyone able to see this architecture. So enter this architecture point of view. The first category is here, the Tosca commander. Everyone able to see? So Tosca Commander is the main thing, team. If you learn Tosca Commander completely end to end, so what are the features is available, how to do the development, how to create the project, how to do all these activities. If you know completely about Tosca Commander, that is what your experience. Okay. Now we are discussing the project creation point of view, team. So inside this Tosca Commander, I'm trying to create a project. At the time of creating a project here, are you able to see one option, database connection? We use this database connection as a multi-user environment. To create a common repository to my entire team members, I use the database option to create a multi-user environment. Clear with these three features, team? So see here, let me show you that. This is the Tosca commander. In this Tosca commander level, first we have to select the type of repository. So default here, one repository type is selected, that is a single user workspace. Single user workspace is nothing but the person who are creator, only that person able to work on that particular project. Single means only one person able to work on that project. But coming to real-time point of view, team, we always work into a multi-user environment. That means a shared repositories. In multi-user environment, always we choose the option as a database. Are you able to see the number of databases are replicated here? SQLite, Oracle, MS SQL Server, and DB2. Select any one of these database options to create a multi-user or common repository for our team members team. So this activity is done by the team lead or client side. They'll take care of the creation of workspace for the team members team. I'm just selecting one database option, that is a SQLite here, and see here one checkbox is auto selected. Are you able to see the checkbox team?
Yes, yes.
Existing repository. So the meaning of use existing repository team, just now I explained to you one scenario. Let me show you that scenario. Are you remember? I just explained to you one scenario, that is here. This project is already created. I'm just giving access to the person one. At the time of accessing this particular project by person one wants to enable this feature, that is a existing repository. Because this project is already created, now that person is trying to log in with that particular project. Hope you understand my point.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. If you are giving access to the any persons, for example, this project is already created and even couple of people are working on this particular project. So I just want to give access to the rest of the people. So who are joined recently to my project, they have to create a project with existing repository. The meaning of that, this project is already created and even team is also working on that. If you want to create a new project for your team members, always uncheck this checkbox team. If you uncheck this checkbox, the meaning of that you are creating a multi-user environment to your team members. Now we are creating a multi-user environment to our team members. Okay, I just deselected this one. This seems like a new project creation. So enter the name of your project. I'm just entering my name of the project is equal to Tosca project. So the name of my project is equal to Tosca project. This is seems like a invalidity. Let's give another naming conversion. So my project name is equal to here next ID is my project name. Okay. And here you can see the workspace template. Must enable this workspace template. This workspace template is a predefined standard module subset. This is a part of the project creation. So Trisent is Tosca itself, they are giving some predefined standard module subset to us. So in that standard module subset level, we do have a opening of URL. Different application categories related some predefined modules that Trisent is Tosca is giving. So if you want to add that subset as part of your project creation, always enable this particular checkbox. So once you enable this particular checkbox, team, click on OK. Before doing a click operation on OK, so everyone clear with all these features, team? Any questions? One is select type of repository. Another one is uncheck use existing repository. Then enter your name of your project. I just entered my name of project is next ID and enable this workspace template. Any questions here?
టైప్ ఆఫ్ రిపాజిటరీ ఇట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ డ్రాప్ డౌన్ లో ఉంటుందండి ఎట్లా?
డ్రాప్ డౌన్ లో డిఫాల్ట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
Okay.
SQLite, Oracle, MS SQL, DB2 అని డిఫాల్ట్ ఉంటుంది. We'll pick any one of these.
ఇఫ్ యూ సెలెక్ట్ సమ్ అదర్ అంటే ఏంటి డిఫరెన్స్ వేరేది సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని మనము
Almost all are similar only, Shiva.
ఓకే
ఇక్కడ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కేటగిరీని బేస్ చేసుకొని వాళ్ళు రెస్పెక్టివ్ డేటాబేసెస్ అనేది చూస్ చేసుకుంటారు. అంటే MS SQL సర్వర్ కానీ, Oracle కానీ, DB2 కానీ పిక్ చేసుకుంటారు.
ఓకే
ఓకే. ఇవన్నీ కూడా సిమిలర్. అంటే SQLite, Oracle, MS SQL సర్వర్, DB2 ఇవన్నీ కామన్ రిపాజిటరీస్ అన్నమాట. అంటే అందరిని మనం ఒకటే చూస్ చేసుకోమని చెప్పలేం కదా! డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ దేర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్. కరెక్ట్. వాళ్ళకి ఏ డేటాబేస్ అయితే ఫ్లెక్సిబుల్ ఉంటుందో వాళ్ళు ఆ డేటాబేస్‌ని పిక్ చేసుకొని ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటారు.
ఓకే
ఓకే.
యూజ్ వర్క్స్పేస్ టెంప్లెట్ ఆ చెక్ బాక్స్ పర్పస్ అంటే ఒకసారి explain చేయండి.
యూజ్ వర్క్‌స్పేస్ టెంప్లెట్ యొక్క పర్పస్ అనేది నేను ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత చూపిస్తాను.
ఓకే
సో, మనకి అప్లికేషన్స్‌లో కొన్ని ప్రీడిఫైన్డ్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఉంటాయి. లైక్ అప్లికేషన్ ఓపెన్ చేయడం. సో, మినిమైజ్, మాక్సిమైజ్ ఆపరేషన్స్ అంటే కామన్‌గా అన్ని అప్లికేషన్స్ అప్లికబుల్ అయ్యే యాక్టివిటీస్ ఉంటాయి కదా! ఆ యాక్టివిటీస్ అన్నిటికి టోస్కా వాళ్ళు డిఫాల్ట్‌గా మనకి స్టాండర్డ్ మాడ్యూల్ సబ్సెట్ ఇస్తారన్నమాట. సో, దాన్ని మనం ఎనేబుల్ చేసుకుంటే పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది ప్రాజెక్ట్‌లో యాడ్ అవుతుంది. దీనివల్ల అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటి అనేది మీకు ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్‌లో చెప్తాను. ఓకే.
ఓకే ఓకే
సో,
హాయ్
టీమ్
అనుష.
యెస్ రాజేశ్వరి.
సారీ యాక్చువల్లీ లేట్ జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. సో మనకి రెపాజిటరీస్ అనేవి ఇవి కామన్ ఉంటాయి ఎవ్రీ అంటే మల్టీ యూజర్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ లో వాళ్ళు యూజ్ చేసే రెపాజిటరీ అన్ని కనిపిస్తాయి ఇక్కడ లేకపోతే ఎలా ఉంది? ఎన్ని టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ రిపోజిటరీ ఉంటాయి మనకి
బేసిక్
డిఫాల్ట్?
గా 2 టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఒకటి సింగిల్, ఇంకొకటి కామన్. ఓకే. సింగిల్ లో మనకి డైరెక్ట్ ఒకరే వర్క్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఉంటుంది. కామన్ రిపోజిటరీ అంటే డేటాబేస్ ఆప్షన్ ని పిక్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ దీస్. అదే మీకు ఇక్కడ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ లో గాని డిఫైన్ చేసింది. కామన్
సో
రిపోజిటరీ
సింగిల్
క్రియేట్
రిపోజిటరీ సెలెక్ట్
చేసేటప్పుడు డిబి
చేసుకోవాలి.
ఆప్షన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటాం.
ఓకే. సింగిల్ రిపోజిటరీ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలంటే ఎలాగా నిమిషం?
డిఫాల్ట్ ఇక్కడ డ్రాప్ డౌన్ లో సింగిల్ యూజర్ రిపో అని ఉంటుంది. క్రియేట్ సింగిల్ యూజర్ వర్క్ స్పేస్ అని.
ఓకే. ఇది యూజ్ చేసే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుందా? అంటే ఏ కంపెనీ అయినా?
మాక్సిమం ఎవరు యూజ్ చేయరండి.
ఓకే.
ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఒక్కరే వర్క్ చేయరు కదా ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో.
ఓకే.
సో అట్లీస్ట్ వీ కెన్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ మోర్ దెన్ 1 ఆర్ మోర్ దెన్ 2 పీపుల్ ఆర్ 3 పీపుల్, రైట్? సో మనం సింగిల్ యూజర్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు క్రియేట్ చేసిన వాళ్ళే అందులో వర్క్ చేయగలుగుతారు. వాట్ అబౌట్ రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్? వీ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ యాక్సెస్ టు దెమ్ యాజ్ వెల్, రైట్?
ఒకవేళ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే మోడిఫై చేయొచ్చండి.
ఒకవేళ సింగిల్ యూజర్ టు క్రియేట్ చేస్తే తర్వాత మనము దీన్ని మల్టీ యూజర్ కి కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు.
ఓకే.
ఓకే. ఎనీ అదర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ హియర్?
ఒకసారి సారీ, ఒకసారి మనం వర్క్ స్పేస్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత వర్క్ స్పేస్ పాత్ ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయొచ్చు? ఇక్కడ నుంచి కాపీ చేసి పెట్టేసుకోవాలా లేకపోతే ఎలాగా పాత్?
ఈ రిపోజిటరీ పాత,
అవును.
దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎ డిఫాల్ట్ రిపోజిటరీ పాత్. మనం టోస్కా ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడే డిఫాల్ట్ గా ఈ పాత్ అనేది ఆటోమేటిక్ గా క్రియేట్ అయిపోతుంది.
అండ్ వర్క్ స్పేస్ పాత్ కూడా ఎలాగా?
వర్క్
అంటే
స్పేస్ పాత్ కూడా ఇక్కడే ఉంటుంది. మీరు పర్టికులర్ లొకేషన్ లోకి వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, సో ప్రీవియస్లీ నేను క్రియేట్ చేసిన ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ అన్ని మీకు ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తాయి. యా, మీరు పర్టికులర్ పాత్ కి నావిగేట్ అయితే దీస్ ఆల్ ఆర్ ది ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ విచ్ ఐ క్రియేటెడ్ ఎర్లియర్. కనిపిస్తున్న నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్.
ఎస్.
ఇప్పుడు మనం క్రియేట్ చేసే ప్రాజెక్ట్ కానీ ఇక్కడే స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు నేను ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాను కదా విత్ నేమ్ యాజ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఐటీ అని.
ఎస్.
ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ని నేను ఇక్కడ ఓకే ప్రెస్ చేయగానే సేమ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఐటీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అనేది ఈ పర్టికులర్ డైరెక్టరీలో యాడ్ అయిపోతుంది. యూ కెన్ సీ దట్. మన ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేషన్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత చూపిస్తాను. సో సీ హియర్ క్రియేటింగ్ న్యూ వర్క్ స్పేస్ అండ్ న్యూ కామన్. న్యూ ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది, అందులో కామన్ వర్క్ స్పేస్ తీసుకుంటుంది. సో వర్క్ స్పేస్ టెంప్లెట్ మనం మల్టీ యూజర్స్ కి లాగిన్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు కంపల్సరీగా ఆథరైజేషన్ ఇవ్వాలి. లైక్ మన ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి, మన పాస్వర్డ్ ఇవ్వాలి. So go to here username as admin. So I'm just creating project. So మనం ప్రాజెక్ట్ కొత్తగా క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి టోస్కా వాళ్ళు డిఫాల్ట్ గా దే జస్ట్ గివెన్ యూజర్ నేమ్ యాజ్ అడ్మిన్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్ ఈజ్ ఎంప్టీ. డోంట్ ఎంటర్ ఎనీథింగ్, క్లిక్ ఆన్ లాగిన్. So it takes us some time to log into the project. So are you able to see the project is login successfully?
ఎస్.
So in this project level team, see here one point, go to the home tab and click on here the project icon. Click on this project icon. Now tell me what is our project here? Next time. So in this project level, see default structure is added. Are you able to see the default structure? So the project is having a number of sections. Are you able to see number of sections is added here default?
Yes.
Structure of the project. All these sections are added here, like test cases, modules, requirement, test case designing, everything is added here itself only. But if you see the project point of view team, if you create any project, the default, these all are the phases are the part of the project. All these phases are part of the project. Okay. So each phase is having a particular functionalities team. So coming to here, this is one of the interview question. What are the phases in Tricentis Tosca commander? These all are the phases. We have to give a numbering around 8 to 9 phases in Tosca and just give the numberings like test cases, executions, issues, reporting, requirement and test case designing and test cases and test planning. All these things is a part of Tosca project. And next point is here. This particular Tosca project is acting as a test management cum test automation tool. Test management tool and test automation tool. This Tosca commander is acting as a test management and a test automation tool. If you come across the test management activities, anyone having any idea on management activities team? For test management, we use in real time a Jira, HP, ALM. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, Anush.
So team, this Tosca project, what are the project we created now, like next IT project? This particular project is providing features like a test management related one and test automation related one. Basically, in our test management tool, we just maintain the requirements and then we do a test planning and we'll raise a defects to the developers. Everything we can achieve into a test management level only. But if we see a next IT project, we can achieve these requirements into a requirement section. We can maintain requirement sections. If you want to maintain your test planning for the team members, yes, we can do that. And even we can raise a defects to the developer using issues tab. Are you able to see these three tabs into your Tosca project point of view team?
Yes.
Requirement tab, test planning tab, and issues tab. So these three tabs we use for the test management point of view team. That is the reason I mentioned here the Tosca project is acting as a test management tool. Clear? So coming to here team test management point of view, no one is working on these sections team. No one is working on these sections in real time. If I talk about real-time point of view, no one is using these sections to maintain their test management activities. Okay, but Tosca project itself, we have a flexibility to maintain it, but the real-time point of view, no one is working on this. So they are already committed with either Jira or HP, ALM and ADO, some other test management tools team. Clear with this?
Yes.
So coming to test automation. So we all are the test automation engineers and we have to do the development of our test cases. For test automation point of view, we always use the module section and the test case section and the test case design section and last and finally configurations. We use only these sections to work with the test automation point of view team. What are the project category you people are working? Like either web or desktop or SAP, Salesforce, mobile, API, database. What are the project category? We always give a priority to only these 4 sections. Clear? So the Tosca project is having these many sections. I understand that. But out of these sections, what are the sections we use for the testing purpose, automation purpose? So only these 4 sections. So let me highlight those sections information here. The sections, this is the module section. Here you can see the module section. So coming to here, this is the test case section. And coming to here, this is the test case designing section. And coming to here, this is the configuration section. I think one more section I missed here. That is the execution as well. Execution is also section which we use to do the automation. Clear? Team, this part is clear? And next point is here, one more section is there, that is a data integrity testing. We use this data integrity testing. This is a different type of testing team we use for the ETL testing and big data testing and snowflake testing. So this kind of testings we can achieve into data integrity level. Data integrity is the platform to do ETL and big data and testing. Seems like it is a different project. And coming to the reporting section, we use this reporting section to prepare the customized reports. Customized reports in Tosca. For example, Tosca itself, it's giving us some reports team which is related to Tricentis Tosca. But as per the client requirement, if we want to prepare any customized reports, yes, we can do that with the help of reporting section. So almost I covered all the sections here. Team. Any questions?
So generally what we will do in the test planning section, Anusha?
We'll just create the test plan for our team members team. What are the test cases they are going to work in a future?
Okay,
Have to
like
plan the session. Okay. So this test planning and requirement, all these things is taken care by either Scrum Master or test manager team. They'll go with this based on the client specifications. So issues may be involved to raise the defects to the respective developer, which is not meeting a client requirement. But these things, instead of maintaining these activities into a Tosca project itself, we just use the test management tools in the real time, either Jira or HPALM or ADO. We do have a number of management tools, right? We go with any one of these two. Okay. So Tosca Commander, like Tosca project, what are the project we created into a Tosca Commander? This project is providing a flexibility to maintain the test management activities, to work with the Tosca automation tools like Tosca automation point of view. And other than this, we can create our customized reports and even we can achieve the big data testing and snowflake testing and everything here. Any questions up to here, team?
clear, Anusha.
So this part is clear for all, right? Rest of the people.
Yeah.
Sridhar, Pradeep.
Yeah, clear, Anisha.
Okay. So team, we all are the automation engineers. So we have to we are going to focus on only these areas. Modules, test case designing, configurations and execution section. So we have to focus mostly on these areas only team. So even for 1% also will not touch these sections in real time. So maybe sometimes if client is asking for the customized report, I think 1% is enough to work with this reporting part. It's a 1-day activity only. They sit here, they prepare the report. That's it. So team depends upon the project. If your project is related to ETL or big data testing or any snowflake testing, then you are going to work with only data integrity testing. This is a different task. That means we call it as a DA testing. Okay. This is completely related to a data point of view. Let's give an example team. So let's coming to the Tosca testing point of view team in testing tool level. So let's take an example. So which application can I take it here? Let me pick any application to do the testing now. You can pick any application here. I'm just going with a Myntra page. This is one of the popular e-commerce application team. So my test case requirement is here. I just want to validate this women and men kids and home and living beauty and studio. My requirement is here. I just want to verify these pages naming conversion. I just want to verify the naming conversion of these pages in test automation tool. Okay. So let me write a manual test case for that. So we always give a priority to a manual test case only. So let me write it here. Let me change the font. Yeah. So my first point is here, open URL. So which URL? We have to go to the Myntra application. So once we open this particular application, team, then what is our next step? What is the next step, team? Verify Myntra home pages. What are the pages here? Make a note here. The one is the men and women and kids. So I think we have a number of things. Home and living. Home and living, and the last one is a beauty and studio. So after verification of all these pages, team, simply use the browser. I'm just taking only a simple scenario for the verification purpose, team. So let us assume you got this kind of manual test case from your manual department. Now we have a requirement. We just want to automate this scenario into our Tricentis Tosca point of view, team. To do this automation in Tosca, we just go to our Tosca commander here. So in this Tosca commander level itself, this is my project here. So the Tosca commander itself, first we go to the test case section. Test case section is the phase to do the development of our test case system. Right click on this test case section and create one test case here and name it as Myntra home pages. Okay. So to develop this particular test case, the test case is always, test case development is always having a dependency on the module team. So without module section, we cannot develop automated test case here. Okay. So module is the section, it is holding a technical information of our business logic. So let me show you the importance of module here. So what is the first step which we are going to automate it? What is the first step? Open URL, correct? So how to launch the application URL in Tosca team? So to pass the application URL, I think I just added a standard module subset, right? Here itself, Tricentis Tosca is giving one standard module to us, that is open URL. Are you able to see this navigation path? Go to standard modules, T-box extensions, HTML. Inside this, you are able to identify one module, that is a SA open URL. We use this predefined standard module to launch any kind of web-based application team, not only e-commerce. For banking, what are the applications you are working? So we always use this predefined standard module for that. Okay. Select this module and drag and drop this module to your respective test case and drop here. So team, in Tosca point of view, the test case development is always a drag and drop option only. Just go to your module and what are the modules is available here. Select this module, hold the cursor and drag. So see, I'm just doing dragging option here. Drag this module, go to your test case section, go to your respective test case here and drop here. See, are you able to see open URL is added here? And enter here the application URL team. Value column is the section basically which we do a development of our test cases. This is the section team, primary section to do the development of test cases. So team, this is the URL field. We have to enter the URL here. Just go to your web page. What are the URL here? Just copy this entire URL. Go back to here and paste here. Now I completed one particular test step, that is open URL. The development I completed here. Next, I just want to verify the home pages team. So the verification of these pages is only application specific, right? We're able to see these pages only on Myntra page, correct? If I'm trying to see these pages into Amazon, is that possible?
No.
No, right? So these pages is only for application specific. So team, what are the things is application specific? We don't have any predefined modules for that. Okay. So please do a scanning of all these home pages team. So to do the scanning, always module is the section. As I mentioned earlier, this is holding a technical data. If we required anything from our application point of view, we always do the scanning here. So if we compare with other automation tools, so we just write the XPath and CSS path to identify locators as a unique. But in Tosca point of view team, always we do a scanning mechanism only. No need to write any XPath, no need to write any CSS path here. Simply do the scanning of application. At the time of scanning itself, we just select the required pages within the application level and we'll see the pages are unique message and we save the module. Let me show you that. I'm just scanning the window. So the scanning window is loading here. Select your respective window team. This is my web page. Okay, this web page is holding all the pages. Select this respective window and then do click operation on scan. Once you do a click operation on this particular scan team, so this particular page, it load all the controls. What are the locators this page is holding, web page is holding. So online tab, the page is loading team. It's loading the structure of this entire web application. It may take some time. Just wait for 1 more minute here. See here, team structure is loaded. You can see in this scanning window level, number of hyperlinks is added here. You can see all the controls. What are the controls this web page is holding? All the controls are loaded here. But I don't want these many controls here, team. So as per my test case requirement, I required only these controls: men, women, and kids, home and living, beauty, and studio. I want these only. So here itself, I'm able to find that naming conversions team. Menu, up to studio, I'm able to identify here itself only. Do one thing, click on these check boxes. What are the locators we required? Click on that respective checkbox. Once you hit the checkbox team, default Tosca itself, it is trying to make that control as a unique. Are you able to see the left side bottom of the screen? One message is generated. The selected item is unique.
Yeah.
So then next step is here, seems like men is unique. And similarly, we can select for women as well. Seems unique, women is also unique property now. Then I'm selecting kids. Kids also unique. Home and living, seems home and living is also unique property. I'm not doing anything. I'm not writing any XPath and CSS path to make unique. I'm just selecting the controls. What are the controls is required to automate my scenario. So default Tosca itself, it's making my selected controls as a unique. Even you can see each and every control level, we able to see that particular message. The selected item is unique. Clear, team?
Yes.
Once we select our required controls here, please do click operation and save. Left side top corner, you're able to see the save option. And here you can see right side bottom of the screen, module saved successfully into a module section. Okay. Once that module is saved, directly close this window. Go to the module section. Are you able to see the module is created? This module is holding all these controls: men, women, kids, home and living, and beauty and studio.
Yeah.
So once that module is created, team, select this module and drag this particular module to your test case and drop here. Once you drag and drop here, team, then do the development here. So as per the test case requirement, they are asking us to do only a verification of these text messages. So to do the verification of the naming conversion, we use here inner text. So here double click on this value column level. Click on blue color down arrow. This is the blue color down arrow icon. Click on blue color down arrow and select here one option, that is the inner text. So these all are the different types of verification modes, like enabled, existency, visible. But as per the requirement, we just want to verify the naming conversion of each page, right? To verify the naming conversion, we always choose the inner text and enter the name of the connection. I just entered the name of the page is a mending. What are the information I mentioned here? This is what my expected. I'm expecting the name is here men. So at runtime Tosca, it check with the actual value, team. If our expected and actual both are matching, then only the verification was success. Similarly, we can do for the women as well. Click on here, double click on blue color down arrow, select inner text here and enter here women. And action mode is equal to here verify. Similarly, you can do for here inner text equal to here kids, and action mode is equal to here verify. So same thing you can do here, and again I'm selecting inner text and enter here the name of the text home and living. So action mode, and which activity I'm doing, I'm just trying to do a verification of this. That is the reason I'm just selecting activity is here verification. So in that case,
ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ ఒకసారి చెప్పండి.
what are the information I'm passing here? This is what my expectation. I'm just passing inner text is equal to beauty, right?
Yeah.
This is what my expected.
Okay. Where is the actual value?
At runtime, after execution, we find the actual income.
Okay.
Can you give studio is wrong, Anush, so that we can see
Yeah,
name?
I'll do that. I'm just giving here studio something QQ I added here, okay? So I just entered invalid naming conversion for the studio and action mode is equal to here verify. Okay. So we are done the development for this particular page. The last and final one is the close the browser. So the closing of the browser is common activity for all type of web pages, correct? So Tosca is giving a predefined standard module for that. Standard module, HTML only. inside HTML, we able to find one module that is a closed browser. Everyone able to see the closed browser standard module? Drag and drop this closed browser standard module to our test case and expand it. Enter the title of the page. What is the title of the page?
Intra.
Title of this page. The meaning of that, name of the tab.
Online shopping for
Online shopping. Are you able to see?
Yeah.
Title of the page is online shopping. So enter here online. I don't want to enter entire thing team. I just mentioned as a asterisk symbol. Tosca verify up to online. If it is identified, then directly close that particular tab. Okay, na? I'm just
Yeah.
closing this window. I just mentioned enter my test case flow here team. The first step is here open URL. The next step is here verification of all the pages, naming conversions. And the third step is here the closing of browser. Are you able to see any coding here?
No.
No. Now I'm running the test case. So now the test case, now the Tosca is interacting with my application to execute the number of test steps which I developed in Tosca. So open URL is executed team. So after execution of open URL, now Tosca is trying to verify all the pages here. See here team, my script is failed. So what are the execution I did that is failed? I think maybe I'm getting one error message here. So see here, the green color indication means it is successfully executed. If you are seeing any red color indication, the meaning of that it's giving an error message to us. Maybe we did some mistake here. If you expand this error message team, are you able to see the last one? The studio itself, the verification has failed. Why verification has failed? So I mentioned my expected. What is my expected here? Studio, something QQ I added, right?
Yes.
What are the
Yeah.
value I expected? My entered value and actual value, both are not matching. That is the reason verification has failed here. The above situations, you can see my expected value, actual value, both are matching. I entered my expected value into a value column level team. Runtime Tosca is cross-checking that thing with the actual value. Okay. So here you can see expected and actual both are matching. That is the reason verification was success. Here also verification was success because my expected actual both are same. Coming to studio team, what are the expected I entered? My expected value is not matching with the actual value. That is the reason verification has failed. Clear?
So if you will give not equals to here, so then it will get passed, right?
It will get passed because it's a not equal to, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, and Anusha, so do we have any bypassing option for the failure step and close the browser? Or
No, because the scratchbook execution is somewhat of debugging.
okay.
After completion of our code, we do the debugging, right? Or if any
Yeah.
error is triggered, we have to fix that, right?
Okay.
Somewhat of debugging activity. So if any error is triggered for any verification or whatever the issue, directly stop the execution of rest of the steps.
Okay.
So we have to fix this issue and then we'll rerun the script. I'm just modifying this particular naming conversion. So then rerun the test case. I'm just closing this window manually. So this open URL default, it picks the default browser of your laptop team. In my laptop, my default browser is Microsoft Edge. That is the reason it's running the script in a Microsoft Edge. Maybe in your laptop, if your default browser is a Chrome, then it do executions in a Chrome browser only.
Which browser is best for this, Anshu?
Open URL standard module default, it picks the default browser of your system.
I understood we can change the default, right?
Exactly, we can change it that.
Yeah, so in that way, which browser is best for this automation?
I think it depends upon the client. Some of the clients is expecting to run the scripts in Edge or Chrome, somewhat of Firefox. We just change the browser category, that's it.
Okay. And Anusha, how many test cases that one person can prepare it to Tosca automation in one day?
That is depends upon the complexity. So this
Okay.
is the simple test step, and even I executed only one logic, the verification part, right? So
Yeah.
it's taking for me around, I think, 5 minutes of time to complete it. So in real time, we can expect a very moderate test cases, complicated test cases, some easy test cases as well, correct?
Yeah.
So based on the complexity, we can automate by one day, at least one test case based on the complexity. If it is very less complexity, then we can go with the 2 or 3 as well.
Do you mean in one day we can prepare one test case if it is complex one?
Yes, I think it take one day or more than one day also. It depends. Okay.
Okay.
Because we have to write the logic here, right?
Yeah.
So it may take, if it is complicated test case, hardly it took for us around 1 day or 2 days, max 2 days. So if we are facing any logic issues, then we'll check with the team. Still, if that issue is not resolved, then we'll check with the Tricentis support team. It may take some time as well. Okay.
Okay.
So once we do a execution, I think I did a debugging team. Entire my test case is working perfectly fine. Okay. Once you've done the test case development, change the work state of your test case to complete it. I completed this test case development. After that, drag and drop this test case to execution list. Drag and drop this test case to execution list and drop here and do the final execution. If we do final execution here, team, it capture the entire result here itself only. Let me run again. This is the final run. Okay. It saved the log data as well, team. Scratchbook level, we are not able to see any saved log data, but is execution, it directly capture the log data as well.
Yeah.
So now the script is working. So script execution is completed successfully. See here, this is the log data which is created today, and even you can see the time as well. If you expand it, this is the information team. If you want to see here, you can see the log info into reflected into a green color. The meaning of that, this test case is executed successfully. If you want to export any report for your execution, yes, that is possible. Right click on here, print report. Tricentis people directly, they are providing 4 different types of report formats. Out of these 4, you can pick any one of these. I'm just picking here a detailed log. So you can export this report into any format. Here you can see Excel format, Word document, and some JPG, PNG, bitmap, picture, something. Number of formats is available here. So out of all this format, pick what are the format you are looking for. I'm just choosing as of now, it is a PDF format. Click on start. So now it is asking me to save the file. No. Okay. See, my report is exported. What are the execution ID team? Entire report is exported here. Are you able to see? This is the Tricentis logo. And here itself, you are able to see execution test report created the date, which date we created this report. If you go down, scroll still down. So totally how many test cases executed and what is the pass percentage of that. And this is the sum chart representation. And this is the test case team which I executed. So this is the start date and this is the end date and how much time it was taking to run the script. And this one is executed by who? So I just executed the script with admin credentials, right? That is the reason it is replicated into admin naming conversion. And this is what my entire test case development. Here you can see the men, women, kids, woman, living, beauty, and studio. And here you can see verification, and even you can see verification was success of expected and actual value, both are captured here. The last step here itself, it is a closed browser. Clear?
Yeah.
This is the end-to-end flow team, and even daily roles and responsibilities are same. We just create the modules as per the test case requirement, and then we do drag and drop activity into a test case section. We do the development here itself. Once the development is completed, then we drag and drop into our execution list, and we do the execution here itself only. And once we done the execution, if your team lead or if someone is asking the report of your execution, just export the report to your local system and share that particular report to them via Outlook email or any Teams. This is the report of my execution. You can see the chart representation. They go through this report as well. This is somewhat of evidence document for us our test case execution team.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? I think we discussed a lot of things today.
Anush, I missed the last point. After implementing the test case, we have to drag the test case into execution part.
Exactly. We have to drop here and then run the script here. If you run here, it captures the log data.
Okay, we can't run from there itself.
You can run it again here. The thing is, if the script is working, will stop working on this test case, right?
No, can you show where you have implemented the test case?
This is the test case.
Okay.
I did drag and drop activity of this test case to execution list. Once you drag and drop here and run the script here one time.
What I'm asking, we can't run the directly there on test cases.
Yes, we can. I executed via Scratchbook, right?
Okay.
I debugged here and I fixed the one error also here, correct?
Okay.
After debugging, if script is working perfectly fine, then drag and drop to execution and do execution here.
Okay.
Any other questions, team? After execution, we can export this report into our local system team.
Nisha, can you show like how can we click operation like
To perform a click operation, huh?
yeah.
Simply we use the syntax here. Let me drag and drop same module again, okay?
Okay, for click also again modules.
We require module only because we have to specify in Tosca, right, which one it has to do click. So click on this first down arrow here, you are able to see click, right?
Okay.
Open curly braces, click. And action mode is equal to here input.
Okay.
Okay. If I mention this one directly, do a click operation on main hyperlink tip.
So how many action modes here? I mean, again, same action modes. Like
Totally six is there. Each action mode is having a specific functionality.
Okay.
So we just used only verification action mode only for the verification purpose. We use input action mode to enter the text, to pass the click operation, to select some value from the drop down. At that time we use only input action mode. So similar way, we do have number of action modes. I'll discuss all these things going forward. Yeah. Clear, team? Okay. So after completion of this class, I'll share this recording videos to you. Please go through the recording video. If you're having any questions, please make a note and we'll discuss those questions in tomorrow's class. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Anusha.
Thanks for joining all. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.